There are some months that just feel so important that we have the cosmic map, that we understand the astrology. And March 23 is absolutely one of those months. It is, quite frankly, epic. Like, the astrology is like nothing I have ever seen before. The first thing to happen in the month is this mega feminine full moon on International Women's Day. It's like, use your feminine intuition, your feminine way, your feminine power, which, you know, in many ways is the yin. It's about relaxing. It's full of healing energies, this moon. And so it's like giving you the vitamins or the tonic for the month ahead. And so receive her. If you can, go outside and sit under her, even though it's cold. If you're in the UK, go outside and sit under her and just drink in her healing, drink in her vibration, receive the medicines you need. And I believe that at this time, the medicines we need are frequencies. And at the same time, so literally like an hour after the official full moon time, we have Saturn moving into Pisces, and different planets pull different currents of our personal and collective consciousness. Just in the same way that the moon pulls and affects the oceans, the movements of the planets and the shifts in the planets pull and affect our currents of consciousness. It's good to think back in your listening time in these early days of March. Think back to that journey that you've been on since December 2020. Think of what the journey has been, because Saturn is the planet of karma. And actually that karma will be wrapping up now. Those choices, those actions, that whole journey, the lessons, they're starting to wrap up of Saturn in Aquarius. And Saturn is also very much about taking responsibility. So this is also a really, really powerful time in these final days of Saturn in Aquarius to be looking at what you actually need to take responsibility for, and especially in the things that feel like unfinished business or incomplete, and the things that have been going on since 2020. What is not yet at peace, you have to take responsibility for. Why? What's the piece that you are missing in terms of that completion? Because doing this is going to really, really prepare you. And it's also going to give you the rewards, because Saturn does reward, you know, it's like karma and dharma. And when we finally take responsibility for our own karma, when we finally learn our lessons, Saturn rewards us, and Saturn especially rewards us at the end of a journey. Saturn in Pisces is like a collective karmic return. You know, because Pisces is at the end of the astrological cycle. And so this is like really ancient karma can come to completion when Saturn's in Pisces, you know, like huge lineages and ancestral journeys can finally complete. And Pisces is also very, very spiritual, very, very intuitive. So your Saturn's working on that very, very big soul, shadow, whole self, big picture DNA, upgrading level. But it also rocks mental health. So if we're not grounded, Saturn in Pisces can really shake up our mental health. And so grounding is really, really important. Straight after that, 9th to the 15th of March, we go in to another major and important astrological event. Jupiter is conjunct with Chiron, and Chiron is the asteroid that, in my opinion, is the most important of all the asteroids, because Chiron is the wounded healer. You know, humans are the wounded healers of this planet right now. It's not the plants, it's humans. Chiron also represents the shaman within all of us, you know, like the great power to heal even when you're unhealed. And Chiron's in Aries, and so Aries is all about new beginnings and moving forward. And a conjunction is when two planets are so close together that their energies are essentially merged, their energies are blended, they're mixed. And this can either create a massive smooth flow, or it can create a huge amount of pressure. This healing portal between the 9th and the 15th of March, like, go to ceremony, journal, do healing work, go for one-on-one healings, do the work, because this this healing portal and Jupiter's energy, it pushes you out of the past. And a really powerful energy to let go of the things that are stopping us be our best selves. Right in the middle of it, on the 11th of March, Venus is conjunct with Aries. And Venus is like the other happy planet in our skies. Venus is all about heart and sensuality and love. And so, you know, once again, the sky is saying feminine is the way, the female way, the yin way. This isn't something you think your way out of. This is something you feel your way out of. If you're going to do a healing, do it on March 11th. 15th and 16th, right at the end of this, we have a triple conjunction of the sun, and the sun is like our truth, plus Neptune, and Neptune is like our dreams, you know? So the truth of our dreams, and Mercury, which is our communication. And they're all aligning in Pisces for this triple conjunction right at the end. And to me, it's like, if you're doing the work, if you're doing the healing, if you're surrendering, if you're not in resistance and in the drama and deciding that actually EastEnders is happening in the sky and you're just going to surrender to it, then surrender to the flow. I'm really finding the power in the flow. This day is a good day to kind of go, okay, if nothing was impossible, if I had no limitations, what would I do? That's a typical manifesting question, but on this day, you will really get the clarity. The middle of the month also tells us like feminine leadership. So Venus in Aries is crashing up against Pluto in Capricorn, which is all about top-down power. What the skies are saying is your feminine embodied power, whether you are male or female or priesty, supported by the energy of the warrior and the focus of the warrior with what's going on with Mars, is going to be the final hit for top-down power, which is what Pluto and Capricorn is all about. And so, you know, this energy is all about exploring power dynamics and reclaiming your power back, using that great power of love. You can expect stuff to come up through relationships in this. It's a really powerful rebirth, especially because that Pluto in Capricorn is ending straight after that. So that final clash, and it just feels like the whole, I wouldn't be surprised if there is an earthquake, because it feels like the whole system of humanity on Earth is going to be crashing in one way or another at that point. And then we go into the equinox on March 20th. And the equinox, you know, it's always about the balance. These crashes, these healings, they are not about one power overtaking another. They are about the balance coming back. And the sun moves into Aries. We have the start of the new astrological cycle. So there's this big like crash, and then the new cycle begins. That blank page begins to move. We've got new energy. We've got the energy of the spring or the autumn, depending on which hemisphere you're in. But then straight after that, in the vicinity of the equinox, at exactly the same time on the 21st, we have, not only do we have the sun in Aries, we have the Aries new moon. And the Aries new moon, you know, that's new beginnings. That's new beginnings in the masculine, the sun, and new beginnings in the feminine, because it's also the start of the astrological year. It's like new. Everything you thought you knew, everything from the past, gone. And it's an amazing time to set intentions, to manifest, to be in ceremony, to receive, to be in the balance with the masculine and the feminine. It's so epic, so big. We have on the 23rd of March, put this in your diaries, Pluto is moving into Aquarius for the first time in over 200 years. And Pluto in Aquarius is all about community. It's about the power of togetherness. And it's also about independence as opposed to servitude. This is so key to ascension. Pluto is like the great transforming, purging energy, and it brings it all up. And so in Capricorn, it's been all about stability and finances and where we give our power to. And now it's about to be about community and independence, and also technology. And those things, they will depend on how conscious or unconscious we are. If we are consciously in community, then that's where the power is. If we unconsciously give our power away to technology, then that's where the power is. You have AI takeovers. So you know, we've got to together choose what we want for this huge astrological shift. And so definitely tune in, be in circle on this day. Let's anchor in together. Find a way to be in circle, whether it's online or creating your own circle, or going to a circle. Be in community and let's anchor in. And then on March 25th, Mars moves into Cancer. And so Mars, warrior energy, has been in Gemini. And it's a move out of Gemini, which is in a way that indecisiveness that we've all been feeling, into Cancer. And when I tuned in about this, it was like Mars in Cancer is vulnerability. So yes, we are going to have to make ourselves vulnerable for this Pluto shift to be birthed. You know, all of those things that were keeping us safe in Capricorn, like top-down power being told what to do, not there. Oh, we're going to be vulnerable. But it's also the power of Valhalla, the heaven of the Vikings. That's the root word of vulnerability. It's like break free. It's like, this is when it's like, okay, I'm clear on what I want, and now I just have to be vulnerable. That's what my warrior has to do. I have to take those leaps or be pushed without knowing that I'm going to be caught anyway. Right at the end of the month, we have Venus conjunct with Uranus in Taurus. This is radical love, you know? This is Uranus is rebellion and revolution, and Venus is love. And like right at the end of the month, it's like, yeah, all of this birthing, you know, in a way, it's like a whole birthing process of like, be still, nothing's happening. Loads of things are happening, loads of contractions and expansions are happening. Oh, now it's really, really hurting and I'm really vulnerable. And then, oh my God, there's so much love, you know? And that's what this month is going to be like. And right at the end, it's like, just remember that it's all about love. Everything is about love. And you know, love is your nature, and Taurus is about that love grounding in, that love embodying, that love in the simplest moments of life.